Welcome back to another episode of the High Styx Highlights Podcast presented by Smith Sports Media. I'm your host, LJ Smith, and on this very special episode of The Committed Athletes, I have Hannah Gober, who's attending the Ohio State University next fall. Hannah, thank you for spending some time with me on this episode.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. And the whole point of this, we're going to talk about your journey through field hockey, eventually ending up as a committed athlete at the Ohio State University. So let's talk about, when did you first learn about the sport of field hockey?
I started playing field hockey in 7th grade. I initially played basically every sport you can think of. I started off as primarily a soccer player.
Okay.
And then a lot of my friends weren't playing with me. They were on different teams. I'm like, you know what? I just want to have fun. And our middle school didn't offer a soccer team. And I'm like, I just want to do something. And a lot of my friends were field hockey players along with my sister. So I'm like, I'm just going to give it a try. And then I don't know what it was about the sport, but I just kind of fell in love with it and it took off from there.
And what age was that, around middle school?
Yeah, so I think I was probably 12 or 13.
Okay, excellent. And where do you go to high school now?
I go to Northwestern Lehigh.
Okay, excellent. So Northwestern Lehigh, you're playing field hockey primarily now around middle school age. What kept you coming back?
I don't know. The first day I practiced with the high school team over summer because we had our middle school, high school practice on Thursdays. We were on an infield of, I think, a baseball field at the rec fields because we couldn't get on the turf at the time. And I was absolutely awful. I was like tripping all over the place. There was no ball contact on drives. And I went up to the high school coach and I'm like, you may not see me next week. I'm awful. I'm like, I don't want to waste your time. And she's like, you're absolutely crazy. You have something I can't teach. Like, just stick it out. Like, just give me time to work with you. I can make you into a field hockey player. I was like, you're absolutely delusional, but I guess I'll be here next week.
Yeah.
So I just stuck with it and I had a blast. So I'm really glad I did stick with it.
What do you feel the skill sets you bring to the team, whether it's Northwestern Lehigh or High Styx?
So I come from a primarily soccer background and I played a little bit of center mid and center back. So I was able to learn a lot from there, like a lot of passing patterns. Soccer in Eastern PA, just like field hockey, is really competitive. So I played on some high-level teams where I had some really good coaches that drilled into us, like, we are going to use our passing patterns. We are going to play a two-touch mentality. We are going to connect with our teammates. So I really see the shapes on the field. I see the passing lanes. I see my teammates. And that's always been my goal. Like, I celebrate a really good pass just as much as a goal. And I think that's what's gotten me so far, because I'm okay not showing up on the stat sheet with the goal, knowing that I initiated that play. So that's always been my big thing. I'm like, I want to set up the play. I want to be the kid that's not flashy, that they're like, wow, she's really solid. So that's kind of what I try and bring to the team.
And definitely sounds like one of those strengths that goes unnoticed, but definitely fulfills that for you. And what are some of the things that, I'd say a weakness, but what's something you feel like you need to work on or develop more moving up to the collegiate level?
Right now, I think I've been trying to work on my 3D skills a lot. So I've been pulling left, and every coach I talk to is like, all you do is pull left. I'm like, I have a little bit of a problem right now. So they're like, yeah, the scouting report is you pull left. I'm like, I know. So right now I'm trying to work on varying my skills and utilizing the right, because obviously field hockey, you can only use the right side of your stick. So I'm trying to work on going that way a little bit more, and then figuring out my timing, when to hold on to the ball and when to release it. When I come to high sticks, Marcy especially is like, gonna like hold on to the ball. Like, you can carry the ball, and then at high school they're like, release, release, release. So kind of finding that sweet spot right now is what I'm working on.
Okay. And what position do you see yourself fitting into at the collegiate level?
I absolutely have no idea. I would love to play in the midfield. I'd love to play defense. That's kind of where I've always been comfortable. Talking to my college coach on my visit, I was like, so where do you see me? And he's like, that's a really great question. Maybe forward, mid, or defense. And I was like, okay, got a lot to work on that.
Yeah.
The only thing I do have locked down is the fourth goalkeeping position. I'm the fourth goalkeeper on the team.
Okay, very nice.
I threw on pads over spring and sent him a video. He's like, you got the job. So if for some reason 3 goalies get knocked out, you will see me
Next in line. There you go.
But I don't know. I would love to play in the midfield. Like, I like having a little bit of offense and defense, but wherever I fit on the team, like, I always joke, like, if I can be on the field, I could care less if it's in pads or like with a stick in my hand. Like, I really do just want to be on the field, and I'm willing to learn anything. So.
And when did you make the decision that college field hockey was an option for you?
I don't really know. I kind of was, from a young age, I was like, I want to play Division I sports. Like, I want to play at a high level. I was like, maybe I'll go NWSL or WNBA. And then when I started playing field hockey in 7th grade, I was like, oh, maybe I could do this. And I think Probably ninth grade, I got named to the top 100 in the country for max field hockey, and I was like, "You know what? Maybe I could do this." And I had been emailing some really big schools since 7th grade, and my coaches obviously didn't say this to me or my parents, but they're like, "She's a little bit crazy, like, she just started."
Yeah.
And then when I was recognized as a top 100 player, they were like, "Yeah, let's do this." So I got really serious about it and made the decision to really focus on field hockey and put all my eggs in that basket, and it worked out really well for me.
And what was the first step that you took to kind of get your name out there? You mentioned sending emails to coaches, but what was that like?
So my mom was on me a lot because my sister definitely made the mistake of not sending emails. She's really shy about it, and she is still playing college field hockey. So she's like, "That was my biggest mistake. Send your emails." So I sent tons and tons of emails, had my coaches reach out, but it was just getting in front of coaches would be the biggest thing, like going to their clinics, going to clinics that had multiple coaches there, doing showcases, doing the uncommitted games at showcases, and just getting in front of them, having a conversation, and getting your name out there was the biggest thing.
And when did you personally start looking at different colleges that would fit for you?
So I kind of cast a really wide net in 7th grade and then started narrowing based on like what I wanted school wise and field hockey wise. Probably sophomore year, I had a pretty good list of what I wanted going into June 15th. Like, I wanted a really high academic school and I wanted a really competitive field hockey school. And I was hoping that aligned with where I was. And my coaches guided me. They're like, this is where I think you can go. This is where I think your trajectory is heading. So probably around sophomore year is when things became more clear, but it's so hard with recruiting because you're trying to predict what you're gonna be in 4 years. So
Yeah.
you're like, "I think I can do this," but you don't know, and the college coaches don't know either, so it's difficult.
And what were you looking for when you're trying to find that perfect fit for a college?
So stepping on campus, a lot of people are gonna tell you, "Oh, you just know," like, you have that aha moment, and my dad's like, "You just you'll be fine, go to campus, like, you'll know," and I'm like, "Don't tell me that because I'm so indecisive, like, I'm not gonna know that." And I had 2 visits no, I had 3, 2 of them were really good, I'm like, "This is a really good fit for me," like, I don't know, and by the end of my visit at Ohio State, like, I got the aha moment, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Darn, he's right." But it was really just the atmosphere of the school. I was nervous to go to a city school, but Ohio State has a defined campus. They have all the academic and athletic support I need. They're gonna invest in me in both parts. I'm gonna have opportunities to have internships, and I'm gonna have the support I need to succeed because I'm going in as a pre-med major right now, so that's gonna be very difficult, and I'm looking to possibly go to medical school, so I know they're gonna support me, and they're gonna have the resources and alumni network to get me where I need to be. And athletically, we have fantastic facilities. We have a fantastic staff. So anything I need is going to be there and I'm not going to have an excuse for not succeeding. So they have what I need. And the coaching staff, I'm very upfront. All of my visits, I was like, I have this crazy idea. Like, I would love to play international field hockey. I would love to play in a World Cup or Olympics. And I still really want to do school. I still would like to be a doctor one day. And they're like, you're not crazy. Let's do it. Like, we'll see what happens. And I just need coaches to support me through that because obviously, coming from such a small school, like, I don't have a nutritionist. I don't have a strength coach. Like, I don't have as many coaches that are able to watch as much film and really pick stuff apart. So having all those resources, I'm so excited for.
And that's incredible. You kind of have that plan set out for someone who says they're very indecisive. You have those guidelines put in place. That's very impressive. How do you feel like the club field hockey scene has set you up to be successful?
High Styx is very different from other clubs, and I love it for that. A lot of clubs make you pick field hockey, and Caitlin has been fantastic. They love multi-sport athletes because personally, I think those develop into the best athletes because you're working so many different parts of your bodies. And not only that, we have college coaches, so they're able to tell you, this is what we're looking for, this is what my colleagues are looking for, this is what it's like to be a college athlete, and really set you up for the future because you can have coaches that played a couple years ago in college or did this or that, but they are there in the moment with field hockey in the college setting always changing. So they're keeping up with it and they have a great network of resources. So a lot of them are former players and current college coaches. So they have great connections, which definitely helped me. My head coach is good friends with Caitlin. So she was able to get me on his radar. And I've just been grateful for everything they've done for me. They've been a fantastic staff here, and I would not have wanted to play for anyone else.
That's wonderful. And what advice would you give to athletes that are just starting the recruiting process that would make it easier for them, or something that you found beneficial throughout your journey?
I would say cast a wide net and just put yourself out there. There were times where I was really nervous. I'm like, what if I'm not ready? What if I don't show well in front of this coach? And what I kind of came to the realization is you have to get out there in front of them, because it's not just for you to prove to them that you're good enough, but it's for them to prove to you like this is the right fit. So if it doesn't work out either way, that's good. You're still getting feedback both ways for if this is the right fit for you. So don't be nervous. Just get out there and you're going to find a fit. Like, everyone has a home, and it's just a matter of when you find it and where.
Excellent. Hannah Gober, Ohio State University committed athlete for field hockey and a member of High Styx Field Hockey Club. Hannah, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck with your future.
Thank you.